Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft here. We've got ourselves a PvZ Stephano, everybody's hero. I wanted to dodge you. Up against DiaBoLuS, who is Masters League and Stephano's Grandmaster, so maybe DiaBoLuS is really high in this league and is starting to get placed against other stuff. Well, I say AFK 5 minutes. Or they just know each other, which also makes for very interesting games. But when you get to this level, you kind of want to win every game. On ladder, you need those points. You don't want to throw stuff away, so I'm expecting them to still bring out their A game. We'll speed it up here a little bit. We are on Cloud Kingdom, and it is a long rush distance between these. So we'll see if anything crazy comes out of this here. Just trying to make some bold predictions of just standard openings. How bold is that? So I wouldn't mind seeing something a little crazy mixed in. This is a tough map to do that on, though. Just because it's such a long rush distance to go, like, 9 pool on or something like that. You might as well go macro. The trouble for a lot of Zerg players, though, is this third base. Getting the creep over here and defending that against 2 base all-ins from Protoss players can be a bit of a difficulty. And actually, it's going to be a Nexus first. Very bold play by DiaBoLuS, but if he knows Stephano really well, maybe he knows that that doesn't happen that way. This is a fake. And it actually is going to pull a few workers out. It's actually pulled a lot of workers. It does get the probe. But yeah, that was a total fake. I used to do this a lot, but if I was going to do that, you generally don't want to lose the pile. So, keep the pile on there. You'd like to be able to cancel it. So is it really worth it? Tough to say. I'm not too worried about it. A couple of links coming out and a couple of queens. Don't think it cost 100 minerals worth of mining and a probe's life. I think it's quite worth that. Cybernetics core at the front, knows that it will be in a Nexus first. We'll slow it back down now, get back to normal stuff, normal things. And the other thing interesting watching about pro players, particularly pro Zerg players, is when they decide to take their gas. A lot of the times you feel, as an amateur player, compelled to take that gas so you can get roaches or you can get your Zergling speed out really fast. But, on this case, he knows he's going up against somebody... Oh, it was a Forge in base. Didn't notice there was a Forge. He's going up against somebody who's invested a lot into tech and economy, a Forge and a cannon, a Nexus first. Means that it's not likely somebody's going to be breathing down your neck with a whole bunch of Zealots anytime soon. You can go for just a really big drone spree. We do have a Stargate underway. We have our extra queens being made. We have 1 gas done. And it's about 6-minute mark, so he's going to go take his 3rd Nexus. Sees the cannon at the front. This isn't like a wall off by any means. Eventually we'll get filled up there. But for the time being, both players are pretty content to just macro up. Hitting the Minjack's really nice. Starting to move that creep, very important. Wouldn't mind seeing some extra queens come out as well, even more than that, to move the creep even faster. Did we get an Oracle out? I didn't even pay attention. No, we had the Stargate finished, but we had nothing produced. There's our Oracle. There won't be any scout from Stephano, unfortunately, as Overlord does get pushed away. So we'll see if he puts down Spore Crawlers just as a contingency. He's going to get extra queens, which is the choice that I like to make. Just so that way you always have extra defense for something pushing in the front, extra transfusions, get your creep moving faster. Double Evo Chamber finished up. As a Zerg player, this kind of SimCity is important to me. If you put down this, sometimes you can get warpins and stuff in the back that are much more difficult to get surrounds on. I see a lot of pros playing Zerg that put Evo Chambers and stuff in their main in a position where spines and spores can be protected from warpins later in the game. See TLO do that very effectively. Just a smart little thing. You got to build them anyways. You might as well build them in a smart place. Creep starting to move around there. We do have our Zergling speed. We do have a Spore Crawler as well. Double Oracle. Now this could be challenging, right? Double Oracle will mow through a queen. With a Spore down, they might be a little bit more worried about that. Happily is going into the base where it has all these queens first. Lots of damage on one of those guys now. Nice pick off there. He does get one of the oracles. The plan was to snipe queens with this build. He gets 1 kill for an oracle and almost a second. Very good defense from Stephano, and that's a big investment. 2 oracles, yeah, they're always going to be around and kind of dangerous, but now that there's spores and lots of queens, that was a huge investment in tech and time that didn't really pay off. Creep spreads motoring along, 4th base already underway. We do have a robo going down with some gateways. Wouldn't mind seeing Stephano get Overlord speed and go for a run. He finally sees the timing of this 3rd base, I believe. Yeah, he does. He knows that 3rd base is just going down now, which is important, so he knows it's not a 2 base all in. Hence, he can see a lot of lings. We'll see if we can get the cancel on the 3rd with that. A lot of use of Oracle energy, really to get no impact from it. Creeps almost over there. And I like this. Take 2 bases on different sides, anticipating to lose one, but the other one will then live and obviously allow you to keep your economy going. Upgrades. Stephano is in the lead. He's actually got triple evos, quadruple evos. Maybe he's expecting he's going to be needing Vipers later, and he's going to use those for stealing some energy. He has a lot of lings out. I'm kind of surprised they're not across the map applying pressure over here. There's almost nothing that would be able to stop a ling run by from canceling that. We actually have a Void Ray coming in here to be a bit of a bugger, which Stephano once again is probably totally anticipating losing a base like this. I might just stay alive. This Void Ray is slowly getting pecked at, but it's only one. Oh, there's a 2nd queen coming in. It's a lot of damage on that hatch, though. This one's up and going just fine. Blink, Immortals, Lings. This is a style, if you watch Stephano stream, it's really, really fun. It's like super high economy into just mass minerals and lings. Spending all of your money on like tons and tons of lings and upgrades, and then be able to save up your gas for whatever maneuverability you need later. Got some idle workers there. Lings deal with so much protoss units if they're well upgraded. I mean, if you got tons of zealots, maybe not. But against Sentry, Stalker, Immortal, will really, really work well. He can just fit through all those different force fields and overwhelm. Almost loses this base. I don't think it's really that important to Stephano. Right now, it's just to be able to get out all the larva that he needs for these different bases. Infestation Pit's about to finish up. Likely more important for him to use that to get his hive and keep his upgrades going. Yep, there's his hive started. Creep spread's doing phenomenal. Already about halfway across the map. Killing off rocks. He wants to get the surround space. The Protoss player, unfortunately, is just kind of slowly building up his killer army. He's not been able to put on any pressure. He hasn't used warp prisms. Maybe even immortal drops and warp prisms would be nice. There's no anti-air for his opponent, really. There's no mutas out. Something like that I think would make sense. Colossus underway, Thermal Lance, upgrades, and Blink. 2-2 just started for Stephano. By the time the lair is changed into a hive, he'll be ready to start in his 3-3. And against his opponent, who's on 0-1 right now, going to go up to +2, Stephano's going to have a really, really good upgrade league, and that's so important for these Zerglings that attack really fast. I'd love to see him get adrenal glands as well once this finishes up. We'll see if he remembers that. When you go in this Massling, Mass Queen style, so much fun. Lots of transfuses. These queens work really great against Colossus because they can get the range on them. See if that's going to work out for him or not. This creep spread. So hot right now. No pylons or anything. This is one of the most timid Protoss players I think I've seen. Starting to get some Vipers going down. The other thing he's totally missing right now for Stephano is creep through his south. There's his adrenal glands. This is what to say. I'm missing his adrenal glands. Oracle wants to do something with its life. Almost loses it. I'd like to see burrow as well. Burrowing lings every once in a while. Not just to block bases, but to see, get vision of the different areas. Can help a lot. Still more and more queens. How many queens are we up to for Stephano? He's up to 19 queens. How many Zerglings? 111 right now. Army's going to get ready. Static defense behind this. This is very important because if his mass ling queen thing doesn't work, this is eating up all of his larva. Right? If this doesn't work, he needs something to delay his opponent if he needs to move out. There's no observers out here either. He doesn't really know what's coming at him. big ling counter on this side is actually forcing the Protoss player back. Lings are cheap. He's getting actually a lot of damage in here. He's killed most of the pylons, almost all the cannons, and a whole bunch of workers. How many worker kills together? 22? Just lings. And more queens behind this. Still more queens. This is so fun. You only really see this sometimes on the amateur side. Lots of static defense. No gas you see in these bases that he's taken. Just getting some minerals out. Even on this one, only one gas taken. Just wants the minerals for the queens and the zerglings. The supplies are about equal now. These are +2 Colossus going up against 2/2 Ling Queen. And he's going to go for just another attack. I mean, straight up. Looks like the Protoss player is tired of this crap. He's just going to push in. Lots of queens here. See if we can get the nice abducts. Great blinding clouds. Look at all this army that's not fighting right now. Colossus go down really fast. This guy in the back here not being that effective. Those blinding clouds were amazing. Pulls another Colossus in, gets the kill on it. More Zerglings picking up all the important units. This base is going down. This base is going down. And look at these queens go. This is so hilarious. Queens. Armor gird queens. The transfuses are keeping everything. The queens are kind of bumbling into each other, not getting a lot of kills. Lings are killing everything else off, right? I'm sure the Protoss player is just kind of dumbfounded by this play. More 7 queens at a time. Abducts. Very nice. This is such a crazy style. I love this a lot. Lots and lots and lots of fun. And it was so effective. Right? These blinding clouds into the static defense and queens were ridiculous. Half that army wasn't fighting and all the Colossus got picked off. Cool game from Stephano. Shows why he's still an innovator in this game. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk with you later.